Alright, welcome back to Take 5 Sports. The hiatus is finally over. Not that anyone cared about the hiatus to begin with. Today we are talking Misfits boxing because for once in life they actually had a crazy card.
A good event.
Crazy card. I'm talking the Gibb vs. Slim card. Finally, is Misfits boxing back? Was that the freaking dagger in the series?
That might have been dagger.
That might have been the final send-off. And of course, they chose to have the final send-off on a random Thursday
in Qatar.
At like 1 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you for that. Shout-outs.
I think the main things we can take away from this was Slim and Gibb, the Deji fight.
Yep.
And Salt Poppy. Salt Poppy.
Yeah. And like, what's next? I guess.
I say we go in order of whatever. I don't know if you've seen the Deji fight. You didn't want to see it. Trust me, you didn't want to see it. I watched the whole card. The Deji fight was he won. I don't know if you saw the knockouts.
Mm-hmm.
It looked sus. It looked so sus. It looked like, I don't know if he clipped him. I don't know if he just flew back like that on the first punch. People saying he did knock him out. I'm not trying to hate. I'm literally not trying to hate on Deji. Deji's such a chill dude. But it just looked weird. And then after the fight, he made a post on Instagram saying like, oh, like I won, but I don't feel good about the win. I need to take this sport more seriously. He says that after every fight, bro.
Because like the thing was, looking at that, like again, I didn't see like the full fight, but I watched like the highlights of it. And same thing with that knockout. I'm like, what did I... Like, cause like I saw in the clinch, like he just hugged him, the guy just drops back at one point.
That's what I'm saying. It looked weird.
What is going on, bro?
But they're saying if you slow it down, Deji lands a right hook right before he clinches, and then that's why he just fell over.
I guess I don't know. Regardless, though, like going into that fight, it was already supposed to just be a cakewalk, and apparently like it wasn't. Like, from what I'm seeing, like it went a lot longer than it probably should have.
Deji was not winning that fight going into that round. I'm telling you right now.
Well.
He was not winning that fight. I'm not going to say, oh, he showed up fat, out of shape, lazy. He wasn't looking right. His coach was clearly cheesed at him. And I generally, like, and this is not coming from a place of hate when it comes to Deji, I don't think he should box, bro. I don't think he should box professionally. If he does it in his spare time to just train and, fitness or whatever, fair enough. But if you're going out to fight, like, at least you gotta care, bro. You gotta care about training. You gotta come out there, and you can't say after every fight, oh, now I gotta take this sport more seriously. Next one. And it's like, I saw a video from Faye Sensei. He's like, you gotta give Deji opponents. He always has to be the underdog because that's the way he'll actually care about the fight. Because if you give him someone he's gonna cakewalk, he's not gonna care. He's not gonna train. Yeah. But if you give him someone like just say like a Jake Paul or someone that can probably beat him, then he's gonna take it seriously and then he's gonna train.
But the issue is, though, it's like, if he can't even, like, it's about taking the sport serious, right? Like you said, like, the thing is, like, yeah, he's hyped up right now, but at the same time, it's like, who is he really beat?
That's true. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, he lost to Wasabi. He lost to what was it? Not Bryce Hall, was it? It wasn't with Bryce Hall.
Oh,
it was Taylor Holder, yeah. Who else is guy? He lost to Jake, but that was his first one.
His wins were Fuzi, and then I don't know if he had
Fuzi and what was it? Swarms. He fights Swarms,
and now this.
And then he had the Mayweather fight, and then like he obviously wasn't beating Mayweather.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
But that's what I mean. It's like, so at the same time, at a certain point, we gotta be like, we can't hype. There's nothing to hype up either, because it's like, yo, like the mans you beat are all people that you should have beat definitively and easily.
The fight should have been the Alex Wasabi rematch. Yeah. I think it should have been that. But they're saying apparently this was a tune-up to that Alex Wasabi rematch. But it's like, why are you wasting a tune-up on like a super card? This is supposed to be a super card, and you're saying Alex Wasabi, I don't even know what's going to happen. And then you got Deji coming out saying, oh, I'm going to take it more seriously next fight. Like, I'm getting tired of it. And it's just like, at this point, you're going to not take it seriously. Just do it in your spare time, bro. Just do it in your spare time. It's done. You're killing the hype. People are cheering you on. People are expecting the most out of you. At this point, you're wasting your boxing coaching time, like the coach's time. You're wasting your own time. You're wasting the fans' time. And it's like, we want to see you fight, but it's like, clearly you don't care about this. Not don't care about the sport. You don't care to train.
And it's like, you don't have to do it.
Exactly. No one's making you do this, bro.
It's like, It's one thing if you're being like sitting there like, man's a force, and I don't know what they got behind the scenes, but unless you get forced into this shit. But like, clearly, if your heart's not into it, like, you don't need to do it. And honestly, at a certain point, it's like, yo, you're kind of also just taking away the opportunity from
other
else,
people,
right? Because it's like, again, like you said, like, this is a super card. Maybe you could have thrown on like some up and coming, like, I don't know, fighter or something like that, and given them,
or put on like a third fight that people want to see, like a third upcoming fighter.
Again, he has a fan base, he has a draw. Like, we watch him, we're fans of him. But at the same time, it's like, bro, if you don't want to do it, clearly, like, it's not like the fights are entertaining. right? Like, yeah, okay, you got a knockout, but at the same time, it's like, bro, it shouldn't have even gone.
But that's
that
what I'm saying.
long,
People are saying
right?
it shouldn't have
It's
gone
like,
that long. He's not even happy with this draw. He's like, I know I got the win, but I'm not even happy. People are saying, yo, look at Deji's physique. Like, he did not come out looking like he was training. And then people are like, yo, he lost the $1 million bet to KSI to get the six pack in like, what was that, a year, and he still didn't get it.
It's like,
so it's just like, bro,
your heart's not in it. It's like, why force yourself into
exactly. It's like you don't need to box because JJ's boxing. You know, like
I think,
like if like I know if you love it, then it will show out in what you're doing with your training.
Don't love it enough.
Exactly. You can love it to watch the sport. You can watch the sport. You can be
train
there.
it. You can train for fun on your spare time, blah blah. But like to actually. It's like what KSI used to say, man. Like, not the point, but it's like you can't play boxing.
Exactly.
You know, it's like you really can't,
it's
especially
like,
at this level. Like,
you know what's crazy too? If Deji trained, like he
could
has
be
the
great.
technique,
Listen,
he has the talent. It's like KSI got the work ethic, and Deji got the actual talent. You put that together, you got Floyd Mayweather, bro. Like, it's
it's not that he's not good or that he can't be good. Sorry, I should say that. It's not that he can't be good.
But the talent will only take you so far.
Yeah, it's like at the end of the day, if you're not gonna work it or not gonna train or anything, it's like, what's the point?
Exactly, because like he could go. You could say like, oh yeah, let's do like a 8-round fight. But again, if he's not training and he's not building his cardio, he's gonna gas out. His technique will get worse along the rounds, and that's what we saw. We saw like this guy was losing the fight to a random, bro. Yeah. I don't even know who the guy he was fighting, bro. I saw his account. I know he has a good following, but I could not tell you who this guy was. Could not tell you.
It was a free dub just to get his name.
They said the combined record of like Deji's opponents was like 1-11, bro.
Bro, that's the thing. So it's like at a certain point, when are we gonna like move away from the facade of like he just hasn't versed anyone?
If you put Deji up against Saul Poppy's winning.
Yeah,
you put him up against Gibbs.
But we haven't seen him fight anyone actual legit.
Gibbs winning.
Yeah.
Slim is winning.
It's like here's the thing. Like the only way to progress Deji is he has to now take that next step. Like if you're actually trying to be in the sport, you have to take that next step and start versing the Gibbs, the Slims.
This is what Wade said. Wade said, "I don't know what he wants out of the scene. I don't know what he wants from boxing, bro."
Well, because the thing is, like, your only progression is like to now move into these guys. Mm-hmm. And honestly, like, no disrespect, you're not beating them. Not even based off talent. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, he might look more skilled than probably a lot of them, but at the end of the day, like, even the mans that aren't the best,
bro.
Like,
if he's getting clipped by this random, he's getting smoked by Saul Poppy,
Kenny, everyone. Because like at the end of the day, like those mans, like while they get hit, they might have lost, but at the end of the day, they go back, they train as hard as ever,
and they put in the work,
and they come back and knock people out.
They put in the work, man. And he put in the work for someone like Fuzi because he knew that if he lost that fight, that was it for him. That was it for him. It was over for him. It would have been over for him if he lost this fight, bro. If he lost this fight to a random, and he almost did. Yeah. Like this is something you got to run back Alex Wasabi because if I'm Deji, I'm feeding to get that win back. Yeah, I'm feeding to get my win back.
Does Alex even want to fight anymore?
He said he does. He said he was down. He said he was never reached out for the Qatar card. They never spoke to him. They never did that. They're saying they might have done a tune-up thing, but I don't know. But anyways, Deji just gotta figure his shit out and actually try. Yeah, exactly.
You're either 100% or you're 0%.
Yeah.
You can't do this 50-50 thing anymore.
And then we go on next to the Saul Poppy, Kenny. That was a big one. This was one I was waiting to see. This one that I was hyped to see. You know, Saul, like Kenny was doing his thing out there, but you know, Saul, he recognized the patterns, and literally KSI predicted in the commentary too. He's like, yo, if he just throws that uppercut or he throws that left hook, he'll be able to nail Kenny, and he did. And Kenny wants to argue that it's an elbow. That knockout's an elbow.
You watch it back, the glove
landed first because he goes like this, and then
it catch through. The craziest thing too is I think there's a video where Sensei is breaking down like the potential of like who could win.
Yeah.
And he literally like calls the shot, bro. He's like, yo, if Kenny has this tendency to like dip his head, and if Saul comes up with that hook at the same time, and that's literally how it happened.
Yeah.
But honestly, mad entertaining fight. Again, it's like it just goes to show that like in the scene there are people with talent. There are fights, yeah. Like granted, yes, no one is still at that like, you know, break into the pro scene like aside from maybe Jake, but there's still talent at this level and they can put on good fights. Like that fight was still entertaining. Like they're both swinging for it, going for it. Like it was an entertaining fight, and to see Saul win, like I'm just happy that he bounced back after like those losses, and he kept up with the sport, trained harder, got some good fights, and like
Saul, besides KSI, might be the face of Misfits. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah. Like people want to argue Slim, but it's definitely Saul, bro. Like Saul is a more entertainer fighter for me to watch than me watching Slim, and that's not even no hate to Slim. That's just because I love Saul's counter style or like the counter punching. It's so fun to watch. He's fast. He knows. It seems like he knows what he's doing. You know.
He's taking the game serious. Yeah. Like when he trains, like, and even when he's in the ring, like I think this was something that early on I had a problem with this whole scene was none of them looked like it looked like you're watching schoolyard fights, right?
Like them just windmilling and stuff. Yeah.
But now you're starting to see like I guess when at least when you get up to like
the main
like
card.
higher-ish level of like the Misfits or like the influencer scene, they're looking decent. Like they're looking decent. You can't watch that fight and be like, oh, like these guys look like two random people. You gave them gloves from the audience. Like no, like they're actually like they're trying to set up shots. They're throwing stuff when it matters. They're throwing combinations and just I don't know. Seeing him win is like. It's like bro, I like seeing that.
This is just a side note, but I know Mam suggested doing like the revenge card, like the Misfits revenge card. So they do like KSI Jake, they do Alex Wasabi, Deji, like people who just got their loss to, right? Okay. Like rematch. Yeah. And for some reason, this guy said Amanda Serrano and Astrid Wet.
What?
This guy said, yo, Serrano would piece her up. So bad, bro. Murder. I don't know what they're seeing.
It would have been a murder. It's not even like it would have been a literal murder.
Bro, I saw that. I was like, what is she doing on this list?
That is no. Hell no. Hell
Mam's is setting up your own fighters. Yeah. Anyways, the main event, bro.
But yeah, to wrap that one up, what do you think's next for Kenny?
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. Like, I don't know who else is in the scene for
Slim.
These guys. Maybe
fight Slim.
Yeah.
You know,
I guess like for both of them coming off a loss, one of them gets their like.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know if Kenny still wants to do it. You know, after that.
I think he does, but like I think it's just like who's there to verse is the issue that we're coming into.
I hate putting people up against Anthony Taylor. I hate putting up influencers again because he's an actual fighter, and he literally him and what's the man's name? Tommy Fury. Literally killed the scene because you're bringing in legit fighters to beat up influencers, and it's like it gets rid of the influencer and influencer boxing. So I don't want to see Kenny versus Anthony Taylor. Maybe you could run the Salt Poppy rematch because he's arguing it was an elbow. So maybe you could run that. Maybe you could run the Slim fight. He's not going to be on KSI's level yet. I don't think, like... I don't know who else is there in the scene, you know?
I guess, like... Even for Salt, like, I don't know where you go from here. I guess you verse, like, Gib, maybe.
They're saying Gib is probably the next fight.
I think that's good because they're both coming off thing. Both, like, you know... Yeah, so I think that's the play. Again, like, I don't know. It was just an entertaining fight. Happy that's all won. Happy he's still, like, in scene. But, yeah, it's kind of... I guess now the issue is just where do you go? Like from
that's
here,
what I'm saying, right? Like where do you go?
So many like
where do
fighters you can go. Because again, like you can't.
I say run back the rematch.
Yeah.
I say run back the rematch.
It's like you can't go up to, like you said, you can't go back to these like Anthony Taylor.
I'm not. I hate that, bro.
The skill gap is just too big. And it just kills the. It just kills like.
It's too big. He's too big, and it's just like he overpowered Salt. He overpowered Kenny. And he needs to be fighting Tommy Fury. He needs to be fighting actual fighters because he fought Tommy before, and he actually gave him a decent challenge. So. Yeah. Or I see, KSI might should fight Anthony Taylor, but anyways,
maybe
main card or main event, I should say.
Gib versus Slim,
bro.
And guess what? I don't have to do this time. Apologize for Slim, finally, bro.
I was surprised. Wade said Slim was taking this, bro.
Yeah,
which I was surprised about, but I was Gib is him, bro. Gib bit him, bro.
He finally did it. Like he was honestly they were both landing. I'll give it to Slim like the first like 2-3 rounds I think it was even at the end of one of the rounds he caught him with like I think the second round he caught him with like a left hook right as the round was ending. He landed some big shots, but Gib just withered that storm, and especially when they got in those like clinch exchanges. Yeah. Oh man, like Gib was just being
destroying
active,
him in
like,
the pocket,
to the body,
in the
like
pocket.
Everything.
He was that whole I don't know what KSI's commentary on that was horrendous. That made me want to turn off the fight. I'm telling you. I don't know what it is, but when it comes to don't be biased on commentary. You can't have biased commentators because it just takes you out of the fight. I'm trying to watch the fight. I'm trying to hear the commentators give their analysis on while it's happening. I'm not trying to hear a man glaze Slim while it's going down because
especially while he's getting beat.
And it's like, bro, even if we get to the point of KSI is in character because Gibbs said he wanted to take down Misfits,
it doesn't make it unannoying.
You don't have to go on commentary. It doesn't make it unannoying. Like you don't have to, or if he's like, "Oh, I'm doing this to hype the fight," because he was kind of on Slim's side before to hype the fight. The fight's happening, bro. The fight's happening. People are watching it. I don't care anymore. I don't care about you hyping the fight. Exactly. It just makes me not want to watch it. If anything, you're doing the opposite of what I should say. Because I was thinking the opposite of selling. You're not selling the fight no more. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
I almost had to mute it, bro, and watch the fight, but. The fight itself, again, Gibbs said we knew he was a slow starter, so he was just kind of feeling out Slim, seeing what he would do. And I feel like as the rounds went on, that benefited Gibb more than Slim because we know Slim kind of gasses out a little bit more. And Gibb just did his thing. He worked in the pocket, worked up close. He was taking his shots when he saw it. He wasn't getting too sloppy. He wasn't when I think he might have wobbled Slim one time, but he didn't get sloppy. He stuck to his game plan, and that's what won him the fight. Ultimately. And I don't know though if Gibb has the power to knock out Slim. And I don't want to say he doesn't have knockout power. Yeah. I just don't know if he does, because apparently Slim's never been knocked down.
I was personally a little surprised that while he was landing big shots, you never saw Slim to the point where it was a standing eight or something like that. So I don't know if that's more so Slim either has a crazy chin or Gibb just lacks the power, because he was landing some bombs, especially a lot of those overhands, because you would see that Slim would come in kind of open, and then Gibb would just land those overhands a lot. And they were landing even the uppercuts, etc.
Slim just has the chin, bro. Slim just probably just has the chin, bro. When you first
saw Poppy, you saw him get raw.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know if it just goes to show the difference in power. But I always thought Gibb was kind of known for having some
power,
some sort of power.
But then again, he knocked out what is it, Austin McBroom?
Yeah.
He didn't knock down the guy that he fought in Social Gloves, I believe, that he had
Bryce
to
Taylor.
I think that he had to contest. The Jake fight was a loss. I'm trying to remember all his opponents. Can't remember too many of his opponents before this. I don't know who else he fought, bro.
But maybe, I don't know. But I think one thing is stood true, and that is this man's cardio is insane. At the end of the day, the way he won that fight was just walking him down every round. This guy did not fight off the back foot, just stayed on that gas pedal, made Slim fight off the thing, cut that distance, which was actually amazing.
Yeah.
It looked like Slim could not use his distance in that fight. Or at least he was trying to set it up, I guess, but he just couldn't, because he was just Gibb would just walk right through it.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say though is Gibb does get caught a lot, and depending on who he starts versing, let's say he versus someone like Salt, who seems to have a lot was, it looks like
even he gets an Anthony Taylor, bro, with someone power like that. Yeah.
Because especially the way he was getting caught was when he was trying to go into those clinches or trying to dip in, he would just kind of have his hands down, his head forward. Yeah. Right? So he's walking into it. So he would get caught a lot of times. I guess Slim just didn't have the power, maybe the gas tank, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you do that same thing. That's how Kenny literally just got knocked out.
Yeah.
So you do that exact same move. You're gonna get caught.
Especially Saul Poppy noticed. If he's fighting Saul Poppy, he notices trends like that. He notices, okay, first 2 rounds he's doing the same thing. I can catch him like this. Mm-hmm. And even I noticed that about Kenny too during the fight too. So that's what I'm saying. I think Gibb and Salt is the next fight to make.
Yeah.
If Gibb wants to continue it, because he heard about Saul Poppy, he's I don't care. But I think if you're continuing this.
Who else really is there?
Exactly. Unless you want to run it back with Slim and Gibb and they want to do a thing rematch, but
I don't need to see that.
I don't care, bro.
No one really cares.
We saw it, unless the stakes are up there or something.
Nah.
But I don't know. They beat Salt. After that, fight KSI.
I think Kenny versus Slim is probably the next fight to make.
I would do that.
They're both coming off a loss. Maybe one of them gets to avenge it. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, it was an entertaining card. Happy to see it. The issue, I guess, now going forward is who's left or what do you do?
It's just the KSI Jake fight, bro.
I think it was evident that to excel a crazy massive supercard, it's you have to dip back into all the OGs almost ish, and now it's okay, well, what do we do now? Because okay, I guess you can cycle them around, but then after that, it's who's next? What's the progression?
I'm trying to see the Fuzi, bro.
Yeah, no, that guy is. Has his own things
you guys saw his cameraman tripped and he fired his cameraman.
Bro, this guy is on the next wave. I don't know.
But yeah,
overall, good card. Entertaining. Finally, a good Misfits event.
We'll see. We'll see what we get next. We'll see if they do. They're probably. I think they're announcing the KSI stuff soon. Because he said early. Tommy with Darren Till. Mm-hmm. Don't know what else they're gonna do, but we'll keep you guys updated on the Misfits stuff. And we'll see y'all on the next video.
Peace.